All right, now let's move on to question 21 for the final exam practice. So we have two vectors, a and b, and we'd like to find two unit vectors that are orthogonal to a and b. So our go-to vector that's orthogonal to two given vectors is the cross product. So we don't know its length, but we always know that the product of a cross b is always orthogonal to both a and to b. This is the kind of defining property almost of the cross product. This is why it's useful, however. So we want to take the cross product of a cross b, and we'll know that that vector is going to be orthogonal to both the vector a and b. And so to make it a unit vector, then we'll divide by the length of it. And to find another unit vector, just notice we've taken this one in the positive a cross b direction. And so our second unit vector, I'll call this one like u1. And our second unit vector will just be negative of this vector. So just pointing in exactly the opposite direction, still a unit vector, and obviously then still orthogonal to both a and b. Okay, so first we need to compute a cross b. So a cross b is going to be the determinant of I, j, k, minus 1, 1, 2, 0, 3, 1 in our case. And so now we have to evaluate the determinant 1, 2, 3, 1 for I, minus 1, 2, 0, 1 for j, and then minus 1, 1, 0, 3 for k. All right, so this gives us 1 times 1 minus 2 times 3, so 1 minus 6 is minus 5i. And then I have negative this determinant, so negative 1 times 1 is negative 1, minus, well, 2 times 0 is 0, so I have minus 1, and then I subtract that, so I get plus 1, so I have plus j. And then for k, I get negative 3 minus 0, so I get negative 3. Okay, so this is equal to, in component form, this is going to be minus 5, 1, negative 3. Okay, and so that's for the cross product. And I now need the length of my cross product. And so that's going to be equal to square root of negative 5 squared plus 1 squared plus negative 3 squared. And so this is 25 plus 1 is 26 plus 9 is 35. All right, so our two unit vectors that are orthogonal to both the vectors a and b. The first one is going to be minus 5 divided by the square root of 35, comma 1 divided by the square root of 35, comma minus 3 divided by the square root of 35. All right, and that's the first one, and then the second one is just negative the first one, and so this is going to be exactly the same components, just all with the opposite sign. So I have 5 divided by square root of 35, minus 1 divided by square root of 35, and 3 divided by square root of 35. All right, and so that completes problem 21 for us. All right, not too many left.